Hello, yogis. Welcome. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Johnny. Joanna. Welcome. Joanna, I hope you're getting my emails because in my system it's saying that you blocked the email, but I don't know if the wording seems so intense. So just check. I want to make sure you're getting the emails from the studio and that you're also able to always get let's see, what am I trying to say? The Zoom link as well. So just if you don't mind checking on that. Sorry to pull you out here. It just popped into my brain. I was on my doing work last night late and I noticed that. So welcome, yogis. As you join, please, if you can, check in just to say hello. Again, this kind of virtual space is awkward at times, and I see there's 10 people out there watching. I can even peek who you are, but I'm not doing that. But it's always nice to hear from you as a kind of response to the offering of showing up myself doing this beautiful practice of chair yoga. It's always nice to know that it's being received by someone. And I know it is, but it's just lovely to hear from you all. Thank you. Hello, Barbara and Carl and Anne and Lorraine. What a treat. So nice to have you all. I was away this weekend, an amazing weekend with one of my teachers, Ragunoff, and we had just this amazing weekend. I was luckily up in Chatham, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just working on all parts of this beautiful practice of yoga, and working on breath and meditation and all of these wonderful poses and some amazing food, and working hard to continue this journey deeper into what I love, what I'm passionate about, and what I desperately try to live in my life. Yes, thank you, Johnny. And on Friday, I was in the garden at Ragunoff's, and I'm sorry, somebody had said that the sound wasn't very good. Others said it was okay. But I know that Garnett I don't think she's here yet today, but was able to acknowledge that in the background there was a train that went by at the end. So, and with these very fine computer systems and microphones, they have a job to do, and that job is to pick up sound. And so I guess the microphone put me aside and picked up the sound of the train. And I don't know, I love trains, especially that sound. I don't know about you guys. So throughout the weekend, you could hear the train going by, different trains going by. And as we kind of embarked in this beautiful journey for the weekend, a sort of retreat, if you like to say, to then have that sort of distance of the train go by, almost that reality of the outside world, but not in an offensive way, just in a sort of that backdrop of bringing you back endlessly to this present moment. So it was a beautiful weekend. So as we begin, let's see, good for you, Sam. I was right near you in Kinderhook. Oh, yes, so lovely. Yes, great. So as we begin today, just really want to drop in, just take a little bit of that time to settle into our seats, So again, if you're in a chair, rock a little bit side to side. If you're laying in bed and need to be in bed, see whatever you can do to just allow yourself to settle, to find comfort, to find also connection, right? Connection to your body. And wherever you are, just get a little bit of length in that spine, and just allow the shoulders to kind of roll down the back of the body a little bit. And you might even nod your head a little bit, one direction and the other. Yeah, it should feel sweet. And then just bring your gaze back to neutral. And you can close your eyes. I'm going to keep mine open just for the sake of connection here, but you can close your eyes or dim them, whatever feels right to you. And as you do that, see if you can begin to soften those muscular muscles of the face, right? The temples, the eyebrows, the forehead. See if you can just let those soften. And then allow these eyelids to find sort of that sweet neutral place, right? Where they're not closed so tight, but there's just a softness to them. And then come into the jaw, allowing the jaw to relax. You might even take for a moment, if it feels right to you, especially nobody's watching, you can open your mouth, give it a good stretch. Yeah, you might even stick out your tongue. I know that was very trendy for a little bit in selfies. I kept looking and people would always have their tongues out in selfies. I'm not sure why, but for us with yoga, just like getting that nice movement of all the different parts. And then just let the lips, let them softly touch. I even like to take and just run my tongue along the top of that lip, that top lip. And then just let the lips softly close. Just notice how that feels. Beautiful. And then just find this breath, right? Wherever it is in your body for a moment, just follow it. Just feel the rise and fall of this breath moving in your body. Not trying to change anything. Just notice, observe. Observe where it goes into your body, right? Your rib cage, the front of your body, the back of the body. Notice the movement of the belly, right? The movement up into that heart space. Whatever it is for you. And then take a soft inhale through the nose. And exhale softly out through the mouth, back of throat. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the back of the mouth. And again like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out, back of mouth. And then if it feels comfortable to you, let the lips close and continue with that breath in and out of the nose. And coming into that pranayama, just that samavriti, that equal breath, that balanced breath. Just noticing each inhale, the length, the time, you might even count it. And then come to that exhale, take about that same length of time, or if you counted the inhale, take that same number into your exhale. Again, find that inhale, and that exhale. Inhaling your rhythm, your length. And just trying to take that same rhythm, same length into your exhale. And counting, if you're doing that, match the count. And relax into it. So let the mind now get comfortable around this Samavriti Pranayama. Notice that evenness that just naturally begins to flow with the breath. Feel it up the front of the body. Feel it down the back of the body. The subtleties of the breath. The sound of the breath, maybe even a slight vibration of the breath. Just a few more rounds. Nice even tempo. Not a lot of effort. And just focusing our minds into the breath. Beautiful. And then softly bring these palms together. Anjali Mudra. As the fingertips touch, the palms come together. Sit a little bit taller here and bow your head down to your heart, letting that mind move into that space of the heart, the space of love, of kindness. So we lead now with that heart space, not that busy mind. And just notice how this feels. Again, this practice of yoga, calming of the chitti vritti of the mind, the busyness, the chatter of the mind, the agitations of the mind. The Yoga Sutra, the second Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, says Yoga Chitti Vritti Nirodha. Yoga is the calming of the agitations of the mind. And through these practices, this focus, the meditation, we begin to release some of that distraction and come into our truth. Take another breath here. And today, coming together in the beginning as well as the end for an Om. Taking an inhale. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to take these arms and we're going to reach them up to the sky. So I'm going to move back to my chair. But as you have those arms up to the sky, get a nice stretch, kind of walk them out a little bit. Yeah, reaching one arm and then the other. Kind of that nice, kind of rocking a little bit like that morning stretch. And you might even kind of move the head a little bit here. Feels good. And then from here, take these hands. We're going to hook the thumbs today. We often do this. Let the shoulders kind of melt down the back of the body, but also feel the belly lifting in and up. Natural kind of neutral curve of the spine, so we're not trying to flatten our back, but just feel that nice length and natural lumbar spine. And then get some nice energy through the side body, so from kind of the hips all the way up to those fingertips. Take your breath here. Inhale. Take a breath out through the mouth. Exhale. Feel yourself settling in. Take another inhale. And then over to the right as you exhale, but try not to collapse into this. Try and keep both sides of that waist long. And just let the shoulders melt down. Take another breath. Good. And that exhale. Good. One more. And that exhale. Beautiful. Now slow. Come back up through center. We're going to take and release the thumbs. Turn the palms away from that center line and kind of brush out. So get some space into the shoulders and then let the hands come all the way down. A little kind of massage of the shoulders. And just take a nice kind of circling of the wrists here. One direction. Beautiful. Now switch. Head the other way. Love it. Now from here, we're going to take these arms, bring them back up to the sky. Belly draws in and out, and just walk out again a little bit more. So just noticing as you open up this body, as you reach a little bit from one side to the other. And then from here, we're going to hook the thumbs again. And I would really like you to try and switch the hook of the thumb. So it'll feel awkward. It's not your habitual way. Get that nice reach. Sit bones drop down. Fingertips reach long. Take a breath here. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale. And then take this over to the left. So again, try not to go and collapse into that left side of the body, but keep both sides nice and long as you reach kind of over more on an angle, then kind of dropping down to the side. Take your breath for 2. Good. Stay for another breath. Love it. Now slow. Come back up to neutral. Release the thumbs. Turn the palms out and brush out. So you're going to open up the space into those shoulder sockets. You're going to lift the chest a little bit, and then the arms slowly travel down. Good. Arms alongside your body. We're going to take, again, some nice just little circles this time of the shoulders. Yeah, and you can always move the head one direction and the other. And then switch. Switch the circles. Nice. Stay breathing, stay connected. And then from here, one more time on those wrists. One direction. Get some nice movement in them, slow and connected though. We're not just kind of rambling off thinking about lunch. We're going to take slow, nice, even movement. Good. 2 more rounds. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to take these hands, we're going to bring them down onto our knees. So we just opened up a little bit of the sides of the body, right? And we're going to now open up the front and the back of the spine. So moving into those cow and cats, that cow, we're going to take and begin to lift our chest a little bit and let the shoulders melt down the back of the body. You're going to feel this nice energy into the front of the body, but also all the way through the back of the body. And just take a few breaths there. So we're not forceful, we're not collapsing into the lower back. There's a lifting and an opening of the heart space. Ooh, I just saw a little heart go up my phone screen right there, which is so nice. Thank you. Take another breath. The exhale is kind of lifting us. And then slow. I want you to come back to neutral spine first, right? So before you go back into that cat, just reconnect. Nice, healthy, neutral spine. Shoulders over hips. And then from here, we're going to begin to then move back into that cat. So just opening it up a little bit. Tucking the chin slightly and tucking in that kind of tail sacrum area. And just pause there. Feeling the breath. Breathing in and out, so important. Good. And then next, inhale. We're going to begin to move forward, lifting the chest, moving back into that cow. And then again, with the exhale, we're going to move now back into that cat. Inhale, we lift our chest, shoulders roll down the back of our body. And then exhale back into that cat. 2 more like that. Find this movement. Open up that heart. Beautiful. Exhale. Belly draws in. Slight contraction as we reach into the back of the body. 1 more. Inhale to that cow. And exhale, hollow out to that cat. Beautiful. Now from here, as we begin to inhale to that cow, I want us to lift these arms up to the sky. Get that nice reach. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to exhale. Bring the hands down onto the knees. And we're going to lean forward. So we're coming into this sort of long spine. Not sort of. We are. The elbows are close to the body. Think about this as a little bit of that sort of chaturanga almost. Take a nice breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Open up the heart, shoulders down away from the ears. Mine were up right by my ears. Take another breath. Beautiful. 1 more. Love it. Now draw the belly in. From here, we're going to take and begin to extend the chest a little bit more forward, almost towards that cow back. And then from here, we're going to bend the elbows deeper and exhale, almost like we're lowering down. Good. Inhale, push back up, lengthen these arms, heart is open, and then exhale, bend the elbows, they bend behind us. Good, 2 more. Inhale, lift the heart. Bend the elbows behind you as you exhale. All right, you should feel this in your arms a little bit, and your core is definitely lifting to help you. Inhale, lift up. Beautiful, exhale. Good. Now this time, we're going to begin to inhale to lift up, almost like that cow, right? And then we're going to exhale, tuck the chin, reach back, and really extend the arms, right? So nice stretch into the back of the body. Good. And then as we move back towards that cow, we're going to sweep the arms back up, nice and long. Good. And exhale, hands are going to come down to the knees. And we're going to lean into that sort of half lift. And then exhale, bend down. Now here, option. Hands stay on the knees, forearms come down to the knees, or you might bring the hands down to the earth. Again, up to you. We're going to do it a few times. So if you want to wait to go deeper, then wait to go deeper and let that body kind of warm up a little bit more. So I'm going to keep my elbows down, and you can just rock slightly side to side. Yeah, loosen up the lower back, the hips. Should feel nice. Good. And again, this can be with the hands a little higher. Good. Forearms down, or hands down to the earth or blocks. I have this little dog on my foot, so I'm going to just move her a little bit. Good. One more breath here. And then from here, we're going to take and begin to lift up, and I want you to really draw the belly in, so really get that core working and the back muscles, and we're going to take these arms out to the side and come all the way up. Big movement. Beautiful. And then exhale, bring the hands back to your heart space. Love it. From here, inhale, sweep the arms up. Good. Now here's those options. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. So maybe the arms come out to a T, and then find your knees or the earth or forearms to knees. And then from here, we're going to half lift. Find that length that we found earlier. And then we're going to exhale and melt. So let the head go. So wherever you are, just let the head go. Again, hands might be down onto the earth. And we're going to take two more, a little half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, Uttanasana. Ardha meaning half. Exhale, forward. One more, long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Now here we go. We're going to find that sort of half lift, and then there's that option. Take the arms out to the side, lots of core, lots of back, and come all the way up. Beautiful. Hands come to your heart space. Good. Now we're going to do that one more time. So just make it all about you. So modify, keep your back safe, don't overdo. Take a nice inhale, sweep the arms up. Draw the belly in. As you exhale, you begin to fold forward. So maybe you go really deep. Maybe these hands, I'm going to slide my forearms to the knees. We're going to take another half lift to lengthen and then melt into it. So hands to the blocks or the earth, or forearms to knees. Just let yourself go. Good. Now, again, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Draw the belly in. Get some length in the spine. Good. Exhale, release. So inhale, half lift. And exhale, release. High Fred. Inhale again, half lift. Hi, baby. And exhale, release. And then here's that option. Hands to the knees, forearms to the knees, or just take them all the way up. This is a big movement, so please take care. Beautiful. And then hands come to your heart space. Love it. Really good. So just warming us up a little bit just to take some of these other stretches. And we're going to take these arms now, reach them back up to the sky, get that nice reach. And we're going to come into a twist. So that right hand crosses to the left knee, and that left hand, it can either find this chair, depending on what that back of the chair looks like, and you can take a twist like that, or you bring it to your waist or lower back. Lengthen, and then begin to take that twist through the center line, the belly, the ribs, the chest, the shoulders. And open it up, but not forceful. We often take this twist by taking the eyes first, then the neck, because those can go the deepest. But that ends up just stressing the structure of the body and obviously stressing our neck. So find a little bit more of the reach and then move into the twist. Yeah, one more breath. And then we're going to unravel, taking both arms up to the sky. Get that nice reach, and then left hand crosses to the right knee, and right hand either to the chair, the waist, or slides palm out, lower back. Take a nice inhale, grow long, and then exhale, begin to take this twist. Belly, ribs, chest, shoulder, and then the gaze. Good. Take your breath. One more breath. Beautiful. Coming back up, reaching for the sky. Arms reach nice and long. And then we're going to take them back out. Remember we found that T, but this time we're going to stop at the T, right? So fingertips are nice and long. And we're getting some space ear to shoulder, like so. A nice long neck. Chin just ever so slightly dipped. So we're not kind of lifting the chin out in front. It's just in that sweet neutral spot. And yeah, we're hanging. Good. So we're going to just find fingertips are reaching, space into the shoulders, and 2 more breaths. Love it, don't you? 1 more breath. Perfect. Now, from here, these hands are going to come down, but we're going to slip these hands into the lower back, palms facing out. And if that feels too much, just bring the hands to the waist or even to the very tops of the thighs, whatever feels good. And we're going to take an inhale, lift the chest again. And then exhale, just draw the elbows a little bit behind you. So notice that curve of the spine deepens a little bit, but our heart lifts up. Take your breath. Belly draws in and up, and the chest lifts. 1 more breath. Love it. And then from here, slowly, gaze goes back out in front. Spine is nice and long. And we're going to take these hands, bring them back down onto the tops of our thighs, right? And as we keep moving, these dogs are so cute. We're going to take this right leg and we're going to bring it out to the side a little bit. So, remember, we've done a lot of this type of shape. I want that left leg to be facing forward and the knee and the toes, right, in the same direction. And this right leg opens up. We're sitting nice and tall. And then we're going to keep this right hand onto the top of that right thigh. And I want you to take this left hand, just bring it to the hip. And then we're going to just slightly turn the chest to the left, right? So think about the energy from that right knee and inner thigh reaching towards the right. And now through this nice stretch through the center line of our body, we're twisting towards the left. That should feel good, right into that inner thigh. And through the spine and waist. 1 more breath. Perfect. Now just come out of that a little bit just to soften it. And keeping that right hand onto the top of that right thigh or knee, we're going to just begin to kind of lean over. But look, we're not collapsing like this. Can you see both sides of my waist? It's a little hard because my white shirt and the white background. But I want you to stay long and then just lean over a little bit, length, right side and left side, so both waists. And then take this back hand, sweep it up towards the sky or keep it down, and then reach it over. Yeah, so reaching it into this nice Parsvottanasana, this nice side angle stretch, this extended side angle, Uttika, extended. Yeah, and just feel that reach through the left side of your body. 1 more breath. I know it's a lot. Good. And then slowly come back up, taking this left hand, bringing it back to the waist. And then take another belly drawing in, twisting to the left as you open up that heart a little bit towards the sky. Good. And then soften. Release. So nice. We're going to take this right leg, so we're just going to stay on the side, and we're going to extend it out. Toes are going to be up towards the sky, and I kind of have to shimmy around a little bit just to find a little bit more of the edge of the chair, but really take the time to be careful. So toes can stay up towards the sky. If you like, you can always kind of slide them down a little bit, but be really mindful of those knees. And then from here, we're going to take and bring this right hand come to the inner thigh on that right leg. And we're going to, again, open up the chest to the left. So we're just kind of getting you to lift up and find that connection of the core. Where are you going, Joey? And then we're going to take this back arm, option, of course. So it's the same kind of shape, but we're going to just not go so far. I want you to feel sort of the inner leg. I like to have my toes up to the sky. It's a little easier for me to stay safe in a chair. So again, feel that nice space. Little bit more control needed here. Perfect. And then slowly coming back up, and then slide that right foot back onto the earth, and then heel toe these feet back together before we come back to the other side. Yeah, hands come down onto the knees, and we're going to just lift towards that nice cow pose, and then exhale, rounding back into that cat. Beautiful. 2 more like that. Don't overdo, just connect. It should feel sweet, it should feel good. Noticing both the front of the body and the back of the body. Good, 1 more. And that rounding into the back of the body. Beautiful, shoulders come over the hips. Yeah, and then from here, we're gonna move to the other side. So we're gonna take this left leg and we're just going to open it up a little bit, knee in the same direction as the toes, this right leg, knee in the same direction as the toes. And then as you find that nice energy through the spine, we're going to take and place this this left hand onto the left knee, and then we're going to just lift the spine and then just begin to slowly twist a little bit to the right. And again, so remember, energy going towards the left, and then we take and send that heart out to the right. Just notice how that feels. You should feel a nice little energy into the inside of that left leg, as well as this beautiful twist through the center line. Good. 2 more breaths. Just to feel that nice stretch to the inner thigh. 1 more breath. Perfect. And then slowly just release from it. Keep the legs as they are. And we're going to take and keep this left hand. It's going to kind of reach down onto the top of that left knee. And you're going to kind of turn your hands, almost kind of wrapping the fingers around the inner thigh or inner knee. And then that right hand finds the hip. And sit tall and just begin to kind of lean a little bit over, but we're not collapsing again. Remember, we want to keep both sides of the body nice and long, lifting through the pelvic floor. Good, notice that. And then if you want, take this back arm, this right arm, sweep it up and over. But again, can you see I'm not collapsing to get that big kind of unnecessary reach. I'm controlling it, feeling this nice stretch, keeping both sides of my body nice and long, which means there's a nice lift of the core. Good. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now this top arm comes back, finding that hip, and then we come back up, nice and long. And then from here, just take that nice twist again through the center line, opening that heart towards the right, drawing that palm to the inside of that left knee, and breathing. And again. 1 more breath. Perfect. Now come slowly back to neutral. And if you like, you can take this right leg, bring it out, right? So up to you. I kind of have to shimmy around on my chair. And actually this right knee or foot will open up a little bit longer, wider. And then option, again, toes up to the sky. If you want to bring them down, that's okay. But I just really want to make sure that the knee and toes are kind of following each other and you're not putting stress across the knee. So for me, in the chair especially, the toes up feels better. Just a little hint. And then from here, we're going to take this left hand and just begin to slide it a little bit down that left leg. Now, same thing, we're not collapsing, we're staying long and we're staying controlled. Controlled does not mean locked. We're still breathing, we still have a softness. And then if you like, take this right arm, sweep it up and over. Good, there's that stretch, but also there's that nice control. If it feels too much with that right hand up, slide it down and go a little deeper that way. Good, one more breath. So nice. And then slowly that top hand comes back to the waist and we begin to draw up. I like to just encourage you to move out of these poses as safely and slowly as you can. Draw that leg in, heel toe the feet back underneath you. And then again, 2 rounds of that cow and cat, reaching into that cow as you lift your chest. I was worried this isn't working. Yes, it is. And exhaling into cat as you round. Good. So again, inhaling into that cow, lifting your heart space. And then exhale, really hollow out, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, navel draws in. Feel that lovely stretch into the back of the body. One more. Open up that heart and exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to begin to lift up. Take those arms up to the sky like we did before, reaching nice and long. But then this time, palms together, draw all of that movement, all of that breath. Bring it back to that heart space and bow in. Breathing here. Just bowing your head to your heart. Reminding ourselves that if we can move more in that space of love and kindness, more from our heart space and less from that very busy, chitty-ritty head, right? That busy mind. Beautiful. Now lift the head up, hands come down to the knees. So option, I always say right at this point, we're going to do some of those similar shapes standing. You are welcome to stay in your chair and laying down wherever you are and just move around, find something similar that feels good to you. So always that option. Woo, Jessie. My dog thinks we're heading out somewhere. So as we come up to standing, or again, if you're staying down, I want you to, in a chair or bed, I want you just to kind of rock the hips a little bit side to side. So just kind of reaching, we sat for a bit, so just kind of getting that nice movement as you shift from one foot to the other. Good, should feel nice, not forced. And then come back neutral. We're gonna bring the feet a little bit underneath us. So think about these hip points and then the knees and ankles. There's this nice alignment. So you're nice and sturdy in your stance. And then we're gonna take these arms, either one or both. It's always up to you. Sweep them up to the sky. So get that nice reach through the arms. And same thing, hook the thumbs. So if you're taking one arm up, obviously you're not gonna hook your thumbs. I just want you to then keep that hand down, whichever one it is. Take a nice inhale, and then we're gonna exhale over to one side. So again, depending on which arm you have lifted, should feel good, but again, we're not collapsing, we're staying long into the sideways. Come back through center, switch the hook of the thumbs, and over to the other side. Feels nice. Take a breath. Beautiful, coming back up. And then from here, we're gonna release these hands. So just kind of reaching out. Remember, we got that space into the shoulders, into the heart, and then hands come down. And then from here, same thing. Maybe they slide into your lower back with the palms facing out. Maybe they slide to your waist. Up to you. What feels good on those shoulders. I want you to take a nice inhale, lift your chest. I'm trying to give you all angles. And then exhale, lift the chest a little bit more, kind of drawing the elbows back. But again, manage the shoulders. Don't force this. Take another breath. Beautiful. Inhale. And with the exhale, release the arms back down alongside, back to that Tadasana. So nice neutral spine. Gaze out in front. Nice. And then from here, we're going to take this right leg and we're gonna step it back. And we're gonna be on the ball of that right foot. Jesse, can you move? Can you move? Yeah, so they can see my foot. So you're on the ball of that back foot, and this left knee is over that left ankle. Heart is open, and we're gonna just take some nice lifting of that back heel. We've done this before. Ah, it always feels so good into my feet. And then sit back into that exhale. Good, inhale, lift up. And exhale, sit back into it. One more like that. Exhale, sit back into it. Really nice. Now, from here, we're going to take and bring this right heel down. So just swivel it down. And let the toes be at about 2 o'clock. So we're kind of moving into that warrior one. So shift if you need that stance to be a little bit closer together. And in this warrior one, we bring the shoulders up over the hips, right? That left knee over the ankle, and kind of nice energy from that back foot, kind of drawing that sort of outer edge down into the earth. Heart forward, breathing here. I can feel this into my calf. I did a lot of work this weekend in my practice, so I can feel a nice stretch up my calves. One more breath here. Now, from here, gaze out in front. We're going to take this right arm up to the sky, and then same thing we've been doing, that little side stretch. But again, stay long into both sides of the body and take us over to the left a little bit. Good. Just feel that nice edge of the body, nice stretch into that front right hip. Beautiful. And then slowly we come back up. That hand comes down. Yes. And we're going to take this front leg, this left leg, and we're going to extend it long. Now, option. Always feel free to step that right foot in if it needs to. Take a breath here. Inhale. Bend the elbows and exhale. So I want you to see if you can take that left hip back a little bit and this right hip into neutral. Yes, and then you're going to feel this stretch up the back of that left leg. More options. You might find the forearms come down to the top of the chair. That's only if you have that you feel that your body, your hamstrings has that space. And you know you can always go deeper, hands to the chair, seat if you like. But just settle here for 2, 3, I'm counting up. Another breath for 4. Last one for 5. Really nice. And then slowly just begin to soften that front knee. Hands come back up. Good. Now we're staying on this side. I know it's a lot, but we're going to open up that foot a little bit now to 90 degrees, and we're in that warrior 2, right? So in this warrior 2, the hips are a little bit more open, but not forced, right? There's sort of this more openness versus that warrior 1 where the hip is more closed. And then from here, take this back arm, reach it behind you, and take the gaze over that left knee out in front. Good. And then from here, hand stays on the back of the chair. You can always bring it down to the knee if that feels right to you. And we're going to take and begin to just lean over. Yeah, notice there's length, hopefully, in both sides of my body. And then we're going to take this arm up and over. So Parsvottanasana, right? Good. Now if that feels too much, just bring this hand to the hip and find what's right for you. And then draw the belly in and maybe take and just open up this chest just a little bit. But again, really doesn't need to happen. You can stay just long, up to you. Whoa, this is a lot. And then slowly coming back. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take and just step. So bring both hands onto the chair, roll to the back of that ball of that back foot, and then step forward. Whew, and shake it out, right? That's a lot of kind of combining a lot of all those movements in one side all at once. So just give the legs a little bit of shake. You can lift the arms up, shake it out. Good. And then from here, the dogs always kind of look at me like, what is she doing? And when I do certain things. So coming to the other side, just standing nice and tall, but before we move into the lunge, I want us again to bring these arms up, reaching them nice and long to the sky, or one arm, it's up to you for balance. And then we're gonna take, and again, bring these arms out to the T, and then bring these hands into the lower back. So either hands into the lower back, palms facing out, or hands to the waist, or one hand. And if you're only doing one, I don't mean only, I just want you to make sure that you switch, okay? So then from here, we're gonna take a nice inhale and begin to lift the chest. And with the exhale, draw the elbows a little bit behind you and open up that chest a little bit more. Take another breath, inhale. Stay for the exhale. Beautiful, and then gaze goes back out in front. Hands come down alongside to that Tadasana. Love it. Slide the hands to the chair, and we're gonna step that left foot back. So as we find that this other side, I'm just gonna move these. We're on the ball of that left foot, right? So right knee bends, so it's over the ankle, gaze is out in front, shoulders over the hips, yeah, a little bit more than you think, but again, if you need to be a little bit more forward for stability, do it. Find that nice energy into that back leg. This is that lunge, right? I want you to begin to roll up to the ball of that left foot. Should feel really good. I love this for my feet. And then exhale, sit back into that heel. Good, gaze out in front. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, sit back. One more, I know it's a lot. Inhale. And exhale. I love it. Good, my legs are pretty tired from this weekend. Taking that left heel, we're gonna just roll it down onto the earth. Your stance can come a little bit wider for our purposes of balance. Toes, if you think about a face of a clock, the toes are at about 10 o'clock. And then gaze out in front. This is that warrior one. And just really take a pause. Let that energy of that back leg feel the outer edge of the foot dropping down into the earth a little bit more. Good, take your gaze, and then from here, left arm can reach up to the sky. Feel that all through the left side of your body. And then a little bit over to the right. So again, we're not collapsing into it. Nice and controlled, nice length from the hip, actually from the back leg, all the way up to the fingertips. One more breath. Really nice. And then slowly this hand comes back down. And we're going to take this front leg and we're going to lengthen it long. That back foot, you can always bring it in a little bit. I'm going to bring mine in. Take a nice inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, begin to bend those elbows, yeah? That right hip, begin to kind of shimmy it back a little bit more, and then you'll really connect to that stretch of the back of that right leg. There it is. You can always bring your forearms down if you like. Taking it a little deeper, you can bring the hands down. Each side might be a little different too, so find it for you. Here he comes, the devil kitten. What are you doing, kitten? Yeah, coming in to attack somebody. 2 more breaths. Hello, kitten. 1 more breath. Nice. And then from here, bend that front knee, hands slide back to the chair, and you're gonna lift back up. And then we're gonna move into that warrior 2, right? So the stance gets a little bit longer, and these back toes, they're kind of at 90 degrees, and this front knee over the ankle. So you can go much deeper if you like, and sort of almost make it like this thigh is a table surface. You could put a cup of tea on, or you could just stay where it's right for you, okay? And then from here, front hand is on the chair, back hand starts at the hip, lifts the belly, and then just begin to lean over that chair a little bit, staying long. right? Both sides of the waist. Beautiful. And then that back arm, if you like, it can sweep up and over. Parsvottanasana. Feel the stretch energy, back foot to the fingertips. Good, we're breathing, yes we are. If you want, draw the belly in, maybe open up that chest a little bit, but be really mindful of your back. Doesn't need to happen. Good, 2 more. 1 more. Woo, it's a lot. And then this top arm revisits the waist. We bring the shoulders back up, and then we're gonna take this left hand back to the chair, roll to the ball of that left foot. A little bit of a shimmy, a little shift. Now here's that option. If it feels safe to you, you can step right back to a downward dog, or you might need to step this back foot in and then shimmy that, oops, to that dog. I don't know who's calling me, sorry. I can never turn off my house phone. So just rock a little bit side to side. Get that nice little rock there. Let the head go. Get some length into the spine, and if that feels too much into your lower back, just slide these forearms back to the chair and just take a little bit more support with this downward dog. Really good. And just explore it. Just let it be. Sorry, I just turned off my phone, my house phone. 1 more breath. And then slowly belly draws in, gaze goes forward, and begin to walk back up to standing if you are standing. Should feel good. We're gonna bring this chair, bring ourselves back into the chair if you came up to standing. Good. What do you guys want? Oh, ready. So finding yourself back into the chair, excuse me, I'm teaching. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know where the 5th one is. She's probably sleeping on my bed. So coming back to that chair, just pause here for a moment. Again, just did a nice bunch of side stretches, lots of juicy movement of the spine, some nice stretches up the backs of the legs. Just allow yourself to feel that, take that in. Good. And just pause, right? Remember, this yoga, this kind of calming, I don't know why I keep saying that, calming of these mind, chitti vritti, the busyness of the mind. And these shapes, these poses, a nice way to kind of strengthen us, yes, but to burn some of that energy and refocus us back to the physical body. And then we can take that time just to drop into this mental body, this space within, and then come back into that space of loving kindness. And just feel here for a moment, yeah? Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take this right knee. You're either going to draw it into your chest, or you're going to roll up onto the ball of that right foot. So either way. And then from here, just taking some nice little circles of the ankle, right? So knee is drawn in or on the earth, nice circles, one direction. And then switch heading the other direction. Good. So if your knee is drawn into your chest, you might then take and slip this ankle over the opposite knee, right? Or you might take and slide this ankle over the ankle. Sit tall. Just let that knee open up a little bit. So really kind of find what honors your hip. And one side you might be able to do this, right? Ankle over knee, and the other side maybe you don't. It's very personal per hip. Sit tall, maybe a little kind of gentle rock. Nice. And then from here, if you'd like to take it deeper, sitting a little taller, maybe you kind of lean over the legs a little bit. You might bring a forearm down or both forearms. That's pretty deep, so be mindful. And just take a few breaths here. Good. 2 more breaths. Feels good. 1 more breath. And then begin to bring the shoulders back over the hips so you're sitting tall again. And then we're going to begin to take a very slow, kind of moderate, gentle twist to the left. And you can take that right hand, if your foot is up on your knee, to that inner arch, or maybe if it's down over the ankle, to that outer thigh. And then just begin to twist to the left. I'm going to bring my left hand to my hip. You can also bring it to the chair. It really depends on what you're looking for. The chair obviously is a little deeper as it's more behind you. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Slow. Come back through to center. And then we're going to take this leg and just slide it back down to the earth if it was lifted. Nice little gentle kind of half windshield wiper of the right knee and hip. Good. And then coming to the other side, we're going to take this left leg, same thing, option, draw it in or keep that foot on the earth, but lift the heel, and we're making those circles at the ankle. Oh my gosh, click, click, click. I have so many of that readjusting into my body. Feels good. Yes. And then switch head the other way. Nice. Needed that. My ankles needed that. And then here's that option, ankle over knee. And again, just because you did it on the other side doesn't mean that this hip wants to or needs to be doing it on this side. So honor that. Ankle over knee or ankle over ankle. Let that knee open up. Got it? And then just pause before even trying to make this something huge. See if you can step back. Back into that space of connecting to your body, connecting to this present moment. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And if you like, maybe you come a little forward for a few breaths. Up to you. You do not have to. Forearm might come to the knee, inner knee. Both might come down, but remember that's pretty deep. Wherever you are, take 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Feels good. And then slowly just find that your shoulders are over your hips. And we're going to move into that nice, gentle, just last little bit of twisting. That left hand can come either to the inner arch or to the thigh, right hand to the hip, or maybe to the chair. You're going to sit tall and then begin to just take a nice twist here. Oh, it feels really good. Good, breathing. Take a few more breaths. And again, so if this ankle is over the knee, you can bring this hand to the outer thigh. You can bring it to the inner opposite knee. Good. And then from all of us, slowly coming back through to center, and then bringing that left foot back down onto the earth, giving it a nice little rock and roll. Yeah. And then take a nice inhale. Exhale out of the mouth. And then here's that space. Slide back into your chair if you like, or go lay on the floor, on a couch, in the grass. I don't know if it's raining outside. And just let yourself be here. Yeah, let yourself be in the practice. They call a little bit of this time in Shavasana that muscle memory, right? Noticing and just letting your body connect how it feels to just be for in stillness. And just pause there. Let the breath be really soft. I'm just staying a little bit longer. And then if you like, you can stay exactly where you are, or you might kind of sit a little taller, or if you feel like sitting up, if you're laying down, again, do what you need to do. Bring these palms to your heart space. And just bow your head down for a moment here. And again, as we bow into the love, the light inside of you, inside of me. Before we leave today, take a nice inhale, lifting your head. Exhale, sigh out through the mouth. Nobody can hear you. And inhale together for Om. Namaste. Thank you so much, dear yogis. Thank you for practicing with me. Thank you for showing up for yourselves and for me. And if you are here, I hope you can like it and give hearts and all of that, or check in and say hello if you got here a little late. And again, just wonderful to have you, wonderful to be here for each other. Namaste.